Broken planet exists to remember what has been buried, to speak through myth and meaning, not to escape the world, but to face it without surrendering the soul. This is not a channel about outrage. It is not a channel about optimism. It is a place for orientation, for people who sense that something has shifted and want to understand what kind of moment we are living in. If the world feels more volatile right now, more brittle, more reactive, more dangerous, this episode is not about who to blame. It's about what happens when power becomes identity. Something has changed, not just events, but tone. Rhetoric is sharper, lines are harder, compromise feels thinner, restraint feels weaker. This isn't just about wars or elections. It's about behavior under pressure. And the pressure is real. The United States is facing a condition it has rarely known. Not collapse, not defeat, but relative loss of centrality. Other powers rise. Alternative blocks consolidate. Economic gravity shifts. The dollar's dominance slowly thins. This does not end American power, but it ends American singularity. And that distinction matters more than most commentary admits. America did not inherit power after centuries of identity. It formed itself inside power. From the beginning, it was abstract, legal, economic, expansionary. A system built on growth, scale, and circulation. That system worked extraordinarily well. But it also meant this. Power did not sit on top of American identity. Power held it together. So when dominance weakens, the fear is not simply strategic. It's ontological. Not we are losing influence, but who are we if we are no longer first? Anxious systems behave in recognizable ways. They escalate signaling, harden language, moralize opponents, interpret restraint as weakness, and confuse movement with control. This does not require conspiracy. It does not require bad faith. It emerges naturally when identity and power fuse. And it explains why current American behavior often feels louder, more insistent, less patient, less reflective. This is not judgment, it is pattern recognition. NATO was not built to preserve dominance. It was built to contain fear. Its genius was restraint, clear commitments paired with limits. But when anxiety originates inside the dominant power, alliances become vulnerable. They can steady the system or transmit panic outward. This is where Broken Planet draws a hard line. Alliances must never become identity prosthetics. When they do, they stop preventing war and start managing fear. History applies pressure, but pressure does not decide outcomes. Germany, after the First World War, suffered real injury. The settlement was harsh. That context matters. But that context did not commit genocide. People did. Evil enters the world at the point of choice. Understanding anxiety does not absolve escalation. Explaining pressure does not excuse domination. In fact, it sharpens responsibility. The more power a system holds, the greater its obligation to restraint. The danger is not that America is uniquely aggressive. The danger is that a system with abstract foundations, limited historical memory of decline, and an identity fused to supremacy may respond to loss of centrality with overcorrection. Not collapse, but dangerous insistence. This is how restraint erodes. Not through malice, but through fear unacknowledged. Older civilizations learned how to be small, then large, then small again. America learned only how to be large, quickly, abstractly, and at scale. The question now is not whether the world is changing. It already has. The question is whether power can loosen its grip on identity before anxiety turns outwards. Broken Planet does not predict catastrophe. It names the pressure, so choice remains possible.